thing about this episode, it was giving me very series finale as opposed to season finale. Like, it seemed like they were ending the series, like it's not coming back, you know what I mean? I don't know if anybody else got that vibe. I felt like this was the end of TMC as a whole. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. My name is Tash. Today we're going to talk about The Men's Club Season 3, Episode 13, which is also the finale for the season. Now, I don't know about you, but this season has been up, down, there's been tears, there's been laughter. It's like a whole roller coaster of emotions, and we finally come to the end and I'm like, wow, like that's it. Like, we have to wait like a couple more months now for season 4, which leaves very high expectations for season 4 because this season definitely kicked it up a notch. But before we even start talking about season 4, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please make sure you like and subscribe if you enjoy this video. Also make sure you hit that bell button so you're notified every time I upload. So let's talk about it. I want to start off with Taya because I kind of want to leave Aminu and Lewis to the end. So I'm going to start off with Taya and Lanre. So Taya, as soon as he walked into that rehab center, I was like, nah, you're selfish. Like, Taya, you're selfish. Because we've seen Tiara's father say, you know what, don't visit my daughter if you're not sure about her. We saw the doctor say, look, it's not good for her health, don't visit. Tiara herself said, look, I don't want you around, you're a trigger for me, like, don't come. And he still showed up. So I was like, as soon as he walked in, I was like, nah, man, I can't deal. Like, why are you there? Even if it was to confess his love or to say whatever, I just felt like there's no need at this point. Like, you don't need to show up because you're the problem, like, for the girl, you know? He was the problem. He was the trigger, the main trigger for her. So the fact that he kept showing up, I felt like it's really selfish and probably like, is it egotistical? I don't know if that's the word, but it's just, no, even before Lanre even mentioned it, and I'm happy that Lanre agreed that, yo, you're selfish and you're self-centered, like, oh, what are you doing? Like, even if you're gonna do it to these people, like to babes that you don't really care about, so to speak, don't do it to your friends. So I was happy that conversation was had. So it seems to be a trait of TMC towards like the end of the season where the characters kind of go through like this major development growth where they have like this cathartic moment where, you know, they realize their problems or they realize what they're going through and they kind of work through those problems, or somebody tells them, hey, snap out of it, or, you know, something like that. I've noticed that in all the season finales. So again, we had that with Taya. Well, this episode we had that with all the characters, but we had that with Taya where, you know, he realizes, yes, he's selfish, he's self-centered, he only thinks about himself, and in the process he's hurting people. So I'm happy that Lanre told him how it is. Also, I don't know how I feel about Tiara leaving. I feel like this is probably, it's open-ended, so the producers or writers can do whatever they want with Tiara now, because she technically doesn't have to come back if she doesn't want to, or, you know, she could just show up at any given moment, or, you know, it's one of those things where you're not too sure whether they're writing off the character or they're just like postponing the storyline. I don't know. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying. Like, it's very open-ended. I'm kind of sad that she didn't, well, I guess she said goodbye in her last episode, but I thought we would see her again in this episode, but we didn't. So let's talk about Lanre now. Okay, so I know in a lot of my reviews I've said I don't like Lanre's character. I don't like his character development. I don't like his storyline. I don't understand why he likes older women. But in this episode, like I said, all the characters had that moment of growth, had that, you know, cathartic moment. And I felt like, okay, you know what? I take it back. Like, Lanre's not so bad. Especially when he told Taya off, like I said. But I feel like we finally just come to, can I say, a conclusion about Lanre. Yes, we know he likes older women. He likes women that are technically unavailable, but it seems like he just knows what he wants and he's sure in himself and he's fine with that. He doesn't want to get married, he doesn't want to have children, he just wants to date older women. When he said, I want a mentor, I was like, you want a mentor? Is that what you meant to say, sir? But I did like, I like the way his character rounded off. I'm happy that he ended up with Tenny. I kind of knew, I figured that he would end up with Tenny. I felt like, you know, he liked her a lot, she liked him a lot. I just assumed that they would end up together, and that's what happened. So I'm interested to see how the next season goes. If there is a next season, I'm gonna talk about that at the end. So yeah, I think I'm okay. I've come to peace with Larry's storyline. I've come to peace with everything. So yeah, so I'm gonna add Patrick to the lineup today because I am so eager for him to be part of the boys. I know the men's club is about 4 guys in Lagos, but I'm so eager for him to be, you know, or I guess to have more of a storyline in the men's club, because I just really like this dynamic between him and Aminu and the brothers and stuff, and just seeing how you can have, how do I put it, seeing how you can have friends that are family and then family that aren't even friends. Do you know what I mean? So I kind of just like that dynamic. So I'm gonna add him to the lineup and just say that over the episodes, he obviously realizes that, okay, he made a huge mistake going after Aminu for absolutely no reason, and Aminu was right all along about him, and he messed up, and can't say that on YouTube. He messed up really bad, and now he wants to, I guess, help Aminu. He doesn't take the position as the head of the company, but I guess he's still COO. So the question that I had was, why does Jasmine feel like he would be a terrible father? If it's about money, he's a Garba. So I mean, they're all Garbas, do you understand? And then but then it's also, how are they supposed. Hey guys, so I accidentally deleted some of the footage where I was talking about Patrick, so I just had to do a quick voiceover. But basically what I said was, if Patrick, you know, now feels sorry and he wants to have a relationship with Aminu, how is he supposed to do that if he's deemed an unfit father and Aminu has to take care of his son? Like, that relationship is just going to be really awkward. So I wanted to know why Jasmine felt like he was an unfit father. And if it's about money, he's a Garba, so that doesn't really make sense as well. But I'm really hoping that in season 4 that Patrick will have like more of a role and more of a storyline, especially building a relationship with Aminu. Okay, so one of my favorite parts of this episode was when all of the guys came together because they wanted to help Aminu, and I think Lewis said something off, and then Aminu just vexed and told everybody to get out. For a minute I was scared because I thought maybe that was the direction they want. You know, when it's a season finale, you know something shocking is gonna happen, and you know something drastic is gonna, like, you just know there's gonna be like a big old cliffhanger. So when he was kicking all the guys out, I was like, I don't want you here, just get out. I was thinking, oh my god, like, are they gonna like destroy the French? Like, do you get what I mean? Like, are they gonna destroy the friendship? Is he gonna blame Tayo? Is he gonna say Lewis is, you know, this? Is he gonna, like, that part had my heart beating a little bit, and I was like, oh god, like, I hope this isn't how, you know, it's gonna end. But obviously throughout the remaining of the episode they make up. But I really liked that episode. I thought the acting from Ayola, I think that's his name. Sorry, I'm really bad with names, so I really thought he did a really good job this season, because I think Aminu has always been a fan favorite. He's always been like everybody's favorite because he's rich, because, you know, he's smooth, he talks slick and everything. But I think this season they added different elements to him. For like example, you know, he has a temper. I know we've seen bits of that before, but for someone to think, oh, he could actually kill someone, or for them to think, you know, he'll do something terrible to him, to Muhammad, it shows a different side of him. And I think he played those parts very well. Being vulnerable with Tumini, being a friend to everybody, and then watching his whole life sort of crumble down. So yeah, I really appreciate his acting, actually. Towards the end, I found it very funny when he came in trying to apologize like a Nigerian parent. You know, when like your parent or your spouse or something pisses you off, and then instead of apologizing, they're like, have you eaten? That kind of thing. I found that very funny. But then obviously Lewis wasn't having it and made him apologize, and, you know, they made up again. Yeah, it's all very... It all happened very fast, actually. Like, none of... And then obviously at the end we saw him call Jasmine, and we find out that Jasmine has actually left the baby with him. So I'm not really sure about how I feel about Jasmine, because obviously we don't know how she would be as a mother. I don't think we really got any type of inclination as to how she would be as a mother other than her own mother, which obviously they don't have a relationship. But we saw her call her mom and ask for help, and I'm guessing her mom gave her the advice, okay, leave the child with Aminu. I don't know how I feel about that. It's just like, whoa, you know? And then how is that gonna affect his relationship with everybody? I guess he's gonna have a child next season, which is cool. So again, like Tiara, it was one of those things, it's one of those things where the character is now open. She can either come back next season, or she might be written off, or she might just show up in a random episode like Muhammad, you know. So yeah, I'm intrigued to see what happens to Jasmine. I know she's a fan favorite. So on to Lewis and Lala. In short, marry your best friend. Like, we've seen their entire relationship throughout this season just grow from, just keep growing and growing and growing, and their love increasing, and then we finally get to the wedding, not so wedding ceremony blessing party that they had. I think we established in my last review that she was pregnant. Oh, did I can't remember if I said it or not, but we did assume that, okay, maybe she's pregnant because she wasn't acting normal, and it's kind of sad that she did lose the pregnancy. It's like another thing for them to deal with, and then we just keep seeing how they're strong in their love and strong in their relationship, and are willing to deal with everything together. I'm really happy that Lola kept making the effort to work it out with Lewis's mom. Now they have a very, very happy family where, you know, everything is together. Now, one thing about this episode that I didn't really like, I mean, I watched it when it premiered on YouTube, and when I watched it, I felt like the wedding scene, the wedding scene was very, very long. I thought it was almost like half the episode, but when I watched it again to take down my notes for my review, I realized it was actually only like 10-15 minutes out of the hour, but it just felt so long. Like, it felt to me like, you know, those really old Nollywood movies where people are just dancing in a club or dancing at a wedding for like a very long time and nothing's actually happening. That's the kind of vibe I was getting the first time I watched it, and it kind of annoyed me a little bit because I felt like, are we just like, what's happening? The second time I watched it, I did realize that quite a bit happens in it, and it kind of just led to the cliffhanger at the end. I don't know, I felt like, I don't know, maybe it was the editing or the way it was ordered or something, but it just annoyed me a little bit because it felt really long-winded. Like, it just felt like unnecessary scenes, if that makes sense. So overall, I enjoyed this season. It was, like I said at the beginning, it was a lot of ups and downs, trying to figure out what's gonna happen. I obviously enjoyed reviewing it. The one thing about this episode, it was giving me very series finale as opposed to season finale. Like, it seemed like they were ending the series, like it's not coming back, you know what I mean? I don't know if anybody else got that vibe. I felt like this was the end of TMC as a whole. That's the kind of vibe I was getting. Or I guess we could say that it's giving the opportunity to write completely new storylines. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what happens in season 4, if we get one. Obviously we don't know yet. So overall, season 3 of The Men's Club has been great. Like I said, there's been ups, downs, there's been laughter, there's been tears. They've touched on a lot of topics: mental health, miscarriages, relationships, you know, parenting, all of that stuff. And the cast, especially the women, they're also very stunning. You know, Tumini, Hadiza, Tiara, Jasmine, Tenny, just everybody. Like, every time I see them on the screen, I'm like, like, so fine. And I know it's not just makeup, like they're actually genuinely pretty. So it's nice to look at them. I'm gonna miss looking at them every week. The guys, obviously we know that the relationship between them is just really nice to watch. We watch them grow together, and you know, this season really set the bar high for all TV shows on YouTube, from any Nigerian company. So yeah, I'm looking forward to season 4 if we get one. let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. That it's the last episode, so there's nothing left for me to review. But if you subscribe to my channel and you click that bell button, you might see a video next week about the men's cup, a very juicy video. So yeah,